Hello, welcome to my YouTube. This is Madam Klowny, and the reason I made this channel is to interview bands for promotional purposes. If it doesn't matter to me whether you guys are into country, metal, rock and roll, pop, if you guys need an interview just to get your name out there and get people to recognize you, or maybe even just gain some new fans, that's perfectly fine with me, and I do all of my interviews for free. You will not have to pay a dime whatsoever. I've been into music since I was young, but I never really got into it or got into a band, which is why I decided the best thing and most fun thing to do from here on out is going to be interviewing bands. Sorry if I say a lot of ums in this new interview that's coming up, and a lot of ums right now. I am new and I'm a little nervous, and I'm hoping everybody who watches these videos loves them. And today we are going to see an interview I did a few days ago with an amazing band called Burn Red Sky. And I hope you guys really, really enjoy them. They're amazing, and hopefully I get to see them soon. You have a good day, and rock on. Hello, I'm Madam Klowny. This is video number 1 of Madam Klowny featuring. And this is...
We are... Go ahead.
My name's Dwight. I usually go by 3.
I am dead.
Whoops.
Bam Bam.
Baldy.
Awesome.
We are Burn Red Sky.
Hell yeah. How long have you guys been a band?
In this lineup, what did we say?
2021.
A little over a year. Yeah,
Dwight just joined with us about, 2 months ago?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
3 months ago, something like that.
Nice.
Myself and Josh, we've been playing together, I guess what started the format for about 3 years now, under a different name.
We were on a different band.
So we kind of went through a lot of lineup changes to
Right.
what you see now.
A lot. We couldn't get no one to stick. We were trying to get shows. We practiced our asses off, but it's just like we just couldn't get past the barrier of getting people who actually wanted to partake.
So you guys had previous band members before?
Yes, and quite a few. And,
Oh no.
This one's stuck though.
This one's stuck. That's why the band we used to be in, you called Downcast. And that's what me and him were originally. And I'd play the drums, he played guitar and sang. And we tried to work with this guitarist and then a bassist and then another bassist. And it took how many years? About 3?
Well, we together in that lineup, it was probably 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
And then Baldy came along about just over a year ago, and then Jordan came along, and then recently 3.
Nice.
And the lineup that we have now seems to kind of be the magic.
The family.
Yeah.
Nice. And did you guys have any artists that inspired you guys, or?
Oh
A
yeah.
wide range.
Wide range. We can start with him because we have so many. We all have similar. We all like different things, but it's weird because the music that we all individually like is a little bit different. It's some of it's the same, but it's weird because when we play, it's just our sound is so us, and you'd think we would favor more other bands, but really we have our own sound.
I've heard your guys' music, and I'm like, I can't really pinpoint what you guys
genre
sound.
or
It kind of sounds familiar.
Yeah.
But you can't quite put your finger on it.
Right.
And that's what we were
which
really
is something,
looking for.
Yeah, which is something I was actually really excited to hear because I was just like, you guys aren't the guys on your show, you guys aren't Slipknot, you're not Pantera or anything like that. You guys are kind of like your own sound and everything.
At the same time, those are kind of the
Definite inspiration.
familiar influences that we all share.
Pantera was the
Pantera
first
especially.
band that opened my eyes to metal.
Yeah.
Really?
I was just flipping through a TV one night and came across MTV2 was playing Headbangers Ball, and it was Pantera Monsters in Moscow.
Yeah.
Right.
And I was like, holy crap, if this is on here, what else is out there,
Right.
And I started delving into more heavy stuff like Behemoth, Slipknot, and stuff. And, we had the same father
And mother.
Really? I never would have guessed.
But he played guitar in a blues rock band, and we learned how to play guitar from him initially. So a lot of the stuff that I play is really strong in blues background. Like it's
Nice.
and then I have the metal side where it's heavy, but it also has that kind of groove to it, you know.
Yeah.
Like,
That swing.
Yeah, you can get it.
Yeah, you can
But
swing
it
to.
still has its heavy moments. So.
Right. And have you guys ever met any of your heroes
Yes,
or anything?
I touched Phil Anselmo's shoulder and told him I loved him, and he said, "I love you too, man." And my stage guy.
Nice.
That was awesome.
Morgan Rose, my favorite drummer in the world from Seven Dust.
I do like him too,
Oh,
so
man, he's
I love
nasty.
Seven Dust.
And Breaking Benjamin too. I can't ever say his name right. It's Chad Zagili, I think, or Zagile. He also drums now for Black Label Society, which
Yes.
is fucking awesome too.
They are.
Love fucking Black Label Society. But those were my two inspirations for why I started playing the drums. But Morgan Rose has been the biggest impact on me. Even though I don't quite play like him, a lot of people do say I kind of have the same rhythm pattern as him at some of my songs. But
Nice.
he threw a drumstick out one time, and I hadn't been drinking at the show, and it was at Pops in Sauget, Illinois. Cold
Nice.
Chamber was there. You were there too at that show.
The
That's
show
just
with
the
the
one.
Seven Dust,
Yeah, when the decay, when the
Was it Luke Kunakoil?
Oh, I know what show you're talking
Yeah,
about. I think I was there for it.
And he
It was the first show I had with my wife.
he fucking throws this drumstick out, and I reach up and I see it coming to me, and I'm like, oh, fuck,
It's
finally.
mine.
And because I've seen these guys like 7 times already, and I've been pretty close. I never got anything. So I jump up, and this fucking girl who was like 6'12"
Oh, wow.
jumps up and grabs it with me.
That's 7 foot.
Yeah, I know. I pulled a Cat Williams there, but she jumps up, grabs it with me, and I just look at her and I let it go, and
You didn't want your ass beat.
I did want my ass beat. I also told her, "You're lucky I hadn't been drinking, because I would have ripped that shit right out of your hand."
Right.
That is my favorite drummer.
Damn.
But she probably could have took me. I mean, she probably just picked me up and shook me and threw me. But I ended up getting a Lacuna Coil pick and a Cold Chamber pick from the chick bassist, who was awesome.
Nice.
But anyways,
Yeah, I got beat in the face by the lead singer of Shadows Falls. Dreadlock.
Oh, no.
His wife was like 8 months pregnant at that show. She was
Oh,
like
wow.
8 months pregnant at the show, and they were standing up on the soundstage area, the dead center from the stage, at the top row. They had their sound set up there at that place, and he was over there getting into it, just headbanging, and just getting the
getting
hell
that
beat out of me
windmill
by his dreadlocks.
That was awesome.
Right?
Seeing him with 18
That's pretty
Visions,
cool.
That was a killer show.
AT Visions. I forgot about that.
That was my
18.
first Seven Dust show.
Yeah, 18 Visions.
Really?
I'd never seen him before until that
So what are
night.
some of
Because
your
they opened with
influences?
Decay.
Well, it started off with a lot of Alice Cooper, Skid Row, and then slowly developed into my mom blasting Creed through the house for years.
One step from the edge, and I'm thinking. Yeah.
Right. Oh no, my mom went through that phase too, and
Yeah.
I think-
Nickelback phase, I'm sure too.
Oh yeah.
yes,
definitely,
it's sad.
definitely.
Yeah.
It's just like, how did we go from good music to this?
Yeah.
I mean,
When
not to say
when
that
got to
Nickelback's
Godsmack
absolute.
and got tricked into. I swear he tricked me. He was like, "Man, I got tickets to this Godsmack concert, right?" I'm like, "All right, dude, yeah, let's do this. Let's go." And it was a Godstock concert.
Oh,
Like it had like all these different like
Religious
religious bands.
Oh,
playing
no.
stuff, bro. About that time, I was like, "Okay, I'm out. Like I gotta quit."
Hey,
this.
man, them drummers get down though, bro.
They
Those
do.
religious drummers get
For
down.
real, it was deceptive though, because I was fully prepared for Godsmack.
getting ready for the mosh pit and everything.
Oh,
man,
yeah.
it was crazy. And from there, it just progressed into rap and slowly into one of my favorite bands, Buried Alive, nowadays.
Which
I
just
believe I've
recently
heard of them.
today,
Yeah.
and they are fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't know if this considers like meeting your your hero
Oh,
or
I guess I
whatever.
missed out on the point of that. Alice Cooper was who I met. by the
Oh, whoa!
way.
Oh,
I gotta hear
nice.
this story.
I went to an Alice Cooper show with my uncle, and he was just like standing there hanging out. I went up and
You
like,
just fucking chilled with him?
yeah, he usually, I guess, hangs out before the shows just with everybody out there.
How
at the
cool
gate.
was he?
Oh man, it was awesome.
I bet.
Admittedly, I kept thinking it was just somebody dressed up like him, right?
Yeah.
Like the whole time, I'm
Somebody
like,
stops
oh, dude, this is the most convincing Alice Cooper I've ever seen, dudes. And then he like goes on stage with it. He's like,
And you're just like, what the fuck?
I was like, whoa, wait a second. I met him.
But no, like I didn't get to meet them or nothing, but I got to see a band with my best friend here, Dead.
Yeah.
We got to see Lamb of
Oh,
God.
Dead. Yes, they were one of the people I had interviewed before, but I lost that interview thanks to.
His stage name's
yeah.
Dead too.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
okay.
his stage name.
I thought you were talking about the band. How they spell it? D-E-D?
D-E-D,
Yes.
yeah.
I
Yeah.
had one interview with them, and it was very short, but thanks to somebody that we were friends with, they fucked up my entire
Oh
thing.
man.
Because I was just starting to get back into it, and that put me through a really bad depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is why we're
A lot
doing
of my
this
shit,
now.
yeah. It took me a while to get back into it because I was
That's good,
so
baby. I'm
pissed.
having fun. But we got to see Lamb of God and Trivium, who I never got to see live. But Lamb of God, Art Cruz walked. He's the drummer for Lamb of God. He walked up to the stage and he was fairly close to us. And he threw a drumstick out, and again a guy caught it. And I just asked the guy, "Can I please hold that drumstick?" And he let me. Did he not? And I got to do it with the Trivium's drummer, who is a very good drummer. He's very young.
I do
too.
like seeing that. I've seen them a few
Dude,
times.
they're good. But
Yeah.
Lamb of God, Trivium was awesome. But when Lamb of God come on, there was like this, like, I even grabbed him by his head and I was just jumping with him, dude, because the energy we felt was like it was really tense, dude. Not tense. What's
Right.
the right word? It was very overpowering.
Right.
Electrifying.
Overwhelming?
Electrifying.
Oh.
And like I felt just like in that moment, man, like this is fucking awesome, you know. And we had such, but I didn't get to meet them, but I did get to touch their drumsticks. So
Nice. So I'm going to go down the line real quick
touch your drumsticks.
because I have to ask this question. So what's the craziest thing you've either seen at your shows or another show?
Oh,
Okay, so we played this place called the Poultry House over where I come from, Florida, Illinois.
Why does that sound familiar?
And we had like 3 or 4 different bands playing that night.
Right.
We played our set and got off stage. There was this girl, I'm not going to name any names, running around trying to grab up on everybody, man.
Oh, jeez.
And,
just cock
you know,
hungry.
just cock hungry, man.
Damn.
She just
Damn.
frothing, man. Frothing. And, about like, I don't know, hour later after this other band gets on and plays their set and everything, we're sitting there and we're like, dude, like, yeah, we gotta take a piss, let's go. We run to the fucking bathroom and this bitch is in there with this like twig of a fucking dude slamming on the fucking sink, man.
Holy shit.
It was the most...
No, didn't give a fuck that nobody's seen it.
Nobody, yeah, dude, oh man, didn't even miss a beat, just kept going away.
That's
It was all
This
weird
video is
shit.
going to be demonetized, I'm telling you. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, we're using a lot of sexual stuff. We needed help.
Oh, well. Oh, no, hell no. I'm not going to tell you to stop.
Yeah, we gotta be careful. If it does happen, just edit it.
Cut me out completely.
Corey.
But,
Sorry.
go ahead, JP.
Really, I mean, not a whole lot. I haven't really seen a whole lot. Kind of, I guess the funniest thing was we played a show at Red Flag a couple of weekends ago, and we were getting ready to go on stage, and me and Josh were in the bathroom. We were kind of warming up, and stretching, and kind of doing vocal warm ups and stuff like that, and some little skinny kid walks in and I guess thought that he was walking in on some kind of weird sex
Thing, and he just
Oh,
stood
wow.
He
there,
just kind of stopped dead in his tracks, like,
and he looked at both of us,
I don't know what's
and
going on.
we're like, "What's going on?" You know, like whatever, and he just like kind of walked out.
Like, whoops.
Whoops.
It's like one place I'm not supposed to be.
I'm actually a drummer by trade, and a lot of the shows I played were behind drums and behind lights.
Badass.
After the show, you know, my guitars would come up or whatever, and man, did you see all those boobs, or did you see that hot chick's boobs, or whatever? I'm like, no, I didn't see any of it. Like, never did. But you know, we get into our crazy antics backstage. But nothing that you would write home to about, like,
Right.
anything crazy,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, not every band
You always have fun,
hits their
you know.
first crazy event
Yeah.
until later, but
Except
even
for,
then,
like, crazy people outside the show or whatever, because you know,
Right.
we play a lot of shows in St. Louis, and you know, it'd bring out some of the
Like,
weird.
yeah, they had to
ones, you
spray
know.
a
Right.
woman with a hose and stuff when we were there last time. She was acting crazy. It was really sad. But yeah, that was definitely odd. Now, I've never had. I mean, I've seen like fights and stuff.
Right.
I was in a '90s alternative rock cover band called Those Crows before I was with these guys, and we were pretty successful. We played a lot in Herring, Illinois, and
right.
Carbondale, and places like that. We did 4-hour shows. We did all '90s alternative rock.
Oh, wow.
You know, like Silverchair, Stained, Soul Asylum, shit like that. Fuel, whatever
Nice.
you can. Third Eye Blind, whatever you can think of. We had 4 hours of material. You know.
Right.
I can't tell you the craziest thing I've seen, but the most awkward moment I've had while playing the drums was there's these guys from Hearst, Illinois, and they're called the Seaman Brothers. Swear to God,
Well, then.
they're twins. They're very violent people, and they're very well known for that. And I know these guys. Well, I was playing a song on the drums. It was a Green Day song, and I can't remember. It might have been Basket Case. I can't remember. But I'm playing, and before the song, like right when the song started, he's like, shake my hand. And he's like,
Right.
from me to him. And I'm like, 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, I'm getting it. And this guy literally gets this close to my face and stares at me the whole song. Well, my luck, we immediately stop that song and go immediately to another
Corey.
song. We go immediately into another song. So it's like, shit, I can't shake his hand.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 and he just gets even closer. I can feel him breathing on me. My lead singer's like, man, I had the mic. I thought he was gonna hit. I thought I felt so much tension from that moment. Like I was like, this is when I'm gonna get knocked out drunk. I'm just go out
Right.
sleeping. And luckily it never happened. But that was definitely a very
Weird.
Really now.
moment to have
to
right
have.
there.
It was
Right.
very- but the thing is, I didn't crack.
True.
I played every song perfect. Baldy, what about you, baby?
Oh Lord.
I know
Here
you
we
got
go.
the dildo rocket. And all that. Crazy motherfucker.
I've had, with my background, I've got a lot of bands that I've played with or been part of stupidity or whatever you want to call it. But the worst one was getting tased.
Oh,
Probably.
jeez.
Yeah, that was probably the worst one that ever happened. I got too bombed at a show with my previous band and woke up in jail.
Oh,
got
lovely.
tased 3 times, didn't know who it was for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
So that was probably the worst, like the craziest thing that I've ever done. But as far as the craziest thing I've ever seen was at the crossing, Mark from Washco was dressed up in drag and was going to give our singer a birthday lap dance.
Oh.
Ooh.
He fell through the roof of the stage.
Oh, no. Oh,
Cut his hand
jeez.
up. And still did it. And then he breaks the chair.
He
That was
broke
probably
chair.
the weirdest
He
thing.
just got bad luck all
Going
over.
out like a pro right there.
Yeah, that's dedication, bro. Fall through the ceiling, just get up like you didn't even happen. Just,
Well, I mean, you could imagine us playing, and all of a sudden your friend falls through the roof of
Yeah.
the stage you're playing on. And they're trying to kick him out because he's like hanging over the roof, staring at us while we're playing in drag. I'm like, what on earth
like,
is going on?
you're just staring, playing like, what the fuck?
There was a lot of drug-induced evenings with that kind of
Oh,
stuff. Like
man.
the same guy fell out of the tree in front of the food bar. We used to call him the spider monkey. He climbed up in there and he'd wait for us to get out of the set, and when we'd be loading out, he'd jump out of the tree at us. Yeah, that's probably the craziest thing that I've witnessed. Is
We can't talk about it on camera, definitely not. But me and him have witnessed some pretty crazy things outside
Corey,
of the band.
get down.
be good.
Be good. But if it wasn't for the band, we would never witness them. And I feel like these things brought us closer together as a friendship. Definitely. But I can't talk about that because
You know.
We'll just say, imagine the most perverse, disgusting thing that you can imagine
happening in front of you, and we
an
witnessed.
obese woman and a very skinny crackhead man.
Oh.
Broad daylight, just
Imagine the worst thing you
beast
can
with two
imagine,
backs.
and then kind of double it.
Two backs.
Oh, jeez.
Doing
Yeah.
the beast with two backs.
It was a glorious experience.
We almost wrecked, actually, because
That's really.
We were actually having a very-
We can't pay for them moments.
we were
you
having
know?
a very
Like-
bad day, too. This is the thing, is we were having a very bad day. We were trying to find a PA, I believe PA,
Corey.
and he's good.
Just sniffing.
He's just sniffing. He's being a good doggy. We tried to get a PA, and that tickles. And we go to this place, and they're supposed to have like this big sale, and like we're actually kind of sponsored through them in a way. Should I say their name? Nah. Anyways,
Because we're getting ready to tell a shitty story about him, so.
yeah, that's true. That's true. Well, no, it's not really shit. They just said they have nothing marked down like they were supposed to, and we go to.
We're kind of getting off point anyway.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all
But
good.
Anyways, we went to another place that didn't have what we needed, and then we saw that, so it made our day better.
Yeah. We'll go with that.
So, what advice would you give to other musicians that are also starting out?
Book shows with us. We need more.
Don't get discouraged.
Okay.
Don't smoke crack.
Don't smoke crack.
Don't
Yeah.
smoke crack.
Don't fall through ceilings, too,
yeah.
I
Don't
guess.
fall for the scene, man. Just stick
Yeah.
to yourself.
Yeah.
If you
It's
want to
gonna
have.
That's really what it is.
It could
Like,
be
don't
very,
fall for
uh,
all this other bullshit they got.
The scene
going
gets
on out
weird
there.
because you'll get a group of bands, and then the same group of bands that had your back for a while all of a sudden they turn on you.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get
yeah.
a little bit of attention.
That's what,
He's got
And it
you
gets-
gotta watch people.
It gets
yeah.
weird.
When money gets involved, people change.
Yeah. That's
Well, it's
what
like
it
I
is.
heard Marilyn Manson was absolutely
enjoyment
terrible
flies
when
out
they
the
started
window.
out. Like Marilyn
Oh,
Manson
absolutely,
himself. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you gotta. They're just kind of starting out. There's going to be a lot of frustration, and you're probably going to go through a lot of people.
Right.
You're
the
gonna
big-
learn.
The biggest thing is you have to find out. You have to understand that there's people who will want to come and play music with you and be in a band, but they don't want to commit or they don't want to be dedicated to that.
Right.
So whenever it comes time to say, oh, okay, well, we got to have practice, and they say, well, I'm going to hang out with my girlfriend and get drunk, well, that's obviously somebody that isn't going to move your band forward. You want
Right.
to make sure that you have people that are willing to make every sacrifice alongside you for the good of the band, to move the band forward.
Yeah, it's
If
a
those
lot.
people, if you've got people in your band that aren't willing to be dedicated and to sacrifice, out they go. Because
Right.
you're not going to have any kind of success with those kind of people. You can't expect that you're going to be rich and famous in a year, 2 years, 5 years.
Yeah, it takes a lot longer.
It takes a lot of grinding
Right.
to get even partially
Recognized.
recognized.
Playing their
Right.
songs
Networking.
over and over and
Networking.
over.
Oh,
again.
yeah, networking
Yeah.
is a
Networking
lot.
is what gets you famous. Networking is what gets you paid. Networking is what gets you gigs.
Right.
If you can't be friendly with your fellow band, then you don't need to be in that scene.
Right.
Which kind of leads into another question I want to ask, which isn't really in the docket or anything like that. But, like, what do you think about those bands that... Because I've heard of a lot recently that are coming out new within the last couple of years. What do you think about bands that are just purely driven by ego?
They won't
Because
last.
that's...
They won't laugh.
They won't
Yeah.
last. They never do around here, especially if it's a local scene thing.
Right.
The closer you get to St. Louis, the harder it is to get out of that mentality.
Right.
That ego is almost just like a roller coaster. You get about 30 seconds of enjoyment, and then it's over. Like it.
And
Right.
also this too with
You know
the
what I
ego. The ego thing with me is like there's if you're in a band and you're like saying that you're better than every band, that's not supporting your local musicians, dude. As a
Right, yeah.
musician,
Right.
you're a family, and it doesn't matter what band you're in.
I've literally watched bands with egos face
Yeah.
themselves out
Yeah.
for the last 2
And-
years.
Right.
You lose the gypsy love.
Yes.
You know what I
And-
mean? Like.
And it bothers me because it's just like there is in Southern Illinois there is a lot of good musicians.
Right.
I'm sure there is all over the world, but like for some reason, Southern Illinois is like a honeypot in a way of music.
And you never,
Right.
we never. There's no real recognition
Recognition
of it,
for
you
it.
know what I
Yes.
mean? Like we
That's
don't
why
have
I'm
all
doing
those
what I
big
do, too.
outlets around
Yep.
here
So
be
we
able
have to try
push it.
harder. We have to
Yeah.
try harder. And another thing, like it's, you know, getting booked. Like some places are like closer to where we're at. Not St. Louis so much, but like if you're not a country band, they won't.
Yeah,
they won't,
that's
they,
exactly
they
where
I've
I'm
heard
at.
that
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Around
or
here.
if you're not a cover band, which we do some covers and stuff too.
Yeah,
but
Or a dude with an acoustic with an ego.
an ego,
You know what
right?
I mean?
It's
I mean,
just- it's-
like
they're
straight
not-
up.
I
You
mean,
know?
caused a lot of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot of the bars couldn't afford to dump out $500, and bands wouldn't come, so they would get one individual to go up on
Yeah.
stage and
Yeah.
Right.
do that. So it started changing things where I'm at in Mount Vernon. But the ego thing gets old. It's
it's
fun
horrible.
to
It
watch
does.
though.
It
If
burns
you,
Yeah.
out quickly.
if you don't let it bother you, it's fun to
Yeah,
watch.
my
well, it's like
God,
I
it
was
is.
watching
You can watch some good stuff.
several of the or listening. I listen to XM radio, and there was a band, Highly Suspect. They're a good band.
Love them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
they
they
are.
got an
good-
ego trip.
Yes, like the lead singer was like he was in the same studio with Nurgle, I think. Yeah, he was in the same studio with them, and what he did was he started trash talking Nurgle. He's like,
Yep.
I don't give a shit if we're in the
Ruined
same
his
studio.
career instantly
Yeah,
when he
and-
did that.
Yeah, and it's just like, dude, you can't do that.
No.
Not to a legend that's
You
paved
mean-
your way, you know.
You mean Nurgle from Behemoth?
Yes.
Okay.
The
Yeah.
he's from Poland? Yeah.
That's name drop.
Yeah, that's it.
The very same.
I think he's from Poland, isn't
Yeah,
he?
he's from over. He's definitely like Norwegian or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, that ruined his career instantly. And if you notice, ever since Hello, My Name Is Human
Yeah.
and
He's
Serotonia,
disappeared.
he's disappeared.
Because I don't think I've heard of
They
anything
haven't
from
dropped
them.
nothing. And if they had, I haven't heard it.
Right.
Well,
Because
that's
you
not
you mess with somebody who paves the
Right.
way, and it's just
Yeah.
you're asking for trouble.
Yeah.
Let's see. Is there a certain brand of instrument that you swear by, like Marshall or Gibson, Epitone, anything like that, or?
I don't think so. I mean, you might feel differently, but
I definitely I gotta feel different. I'm sorry. If I had to choose any kind of gearing, I wish Crate would come back. Crate
Right.
amps made some of the greatest amps that I've ever played through.
Yeah, my dad had one. I
They're,
think. Yeah.
they're kind of old school nowadays. You
Yeah.
don't really get them anymore. And by God, every Crate I've ever played through has just sounded good.
Nice.
Bring back that old school Crate. If I had to choose a guitar, man, I know the company is getting a lot of ridicule here lately, but Dean guitars I've never heard a bad Dean. That's just my own personal opinion. I stand by LTD, ESP. They're great guitars, but I've never heard a bad Dean.
Nice. Anything for you?
I mean,
I'm actually like,
Right?
the kinds that work. They
Sure,
don't,
58.
They don't sound like shit.
That
come-
in the middle of the
That
show.
requires,
Oh
you know,
my God.
4 pounds of electrical tape to hold the cord on.
Dude, it worked out great in letters, though. It was
Yeah,
like right
yeah.
on the snare hit.
I right now I have 2 LTDs. Jackson is another great guitar.
Yes.
Very
Nice.
low settings, which I like.
Now the Jackson,
Randy
I know
Rhoads.
for sure. Seven
Custom,
or
yeah.
Mick from Slipknot, he uses. Yeah.
It's a really good thrash guitar, the low settings. And line 6, man, you gotta love all their effects. Like you got some mean stuff, you got some trippy stuff. I like, yeah.
Nice.
When it comes to drums, I like all sets of drum models and stuff. I've never really had the chance to be where I wanted to get my I really want an SJC drum kit, but they're really expensive. So I've always played on like mediocre drum, I've got some Mapex. I've played on Ludwig. I had a Pearl. Right now my drum set is a Gretsch, which I love. Evans heads, the hydraulic glass is what I, hands down, don't understand why anybody else plays anything different, but that's just me. They just have this deep thud to them. They have this real warm,
Right.
you know. And also go with the Evans E-Mat number 2 on my bass kick drum, which has an inner foam, which I love the sound of it. It's got a pretty gnarly whack sound to it too. I like the deeper sounding drums.
The more throaty, yeah.
Yeah.
I like those too.
Cymbals, I'm a Sabian guy. I like Sabian.
Dude,
I like
Sabians.
Meinl. I have a Meinl China. Which
Oh, is that how you say it? The Sabian?
Yeah, Sabian, and then there's Zildjian. Zildjian is good too, but they're a little bit more pricey. But I've always played Sabian, so I just like, because Sabian seem to be a little bit thicker to me.
For some reason, I kept pronouncing Sabian Saban. For some
Saban.
reason.
Sounds
I never really
sexy.
looked at the name, though.
Saban. No, it's Sabian. But Vader drumsticks, hand down. Like Goodwood. I use them. I
Nice.
fucking love them. 9-1 tips. 5As. Rock them.
I'm pretty simple. Orange amps or Ampeg amps or a Yamaha or a
Nice.
Schecter. Any of those, and I'm going to run with it all day.
Sounds pretty good. Well, so what are you guys planning for the future of the band?
Money.
Incredible success.
Yeah,
That's the plan.
that would be
That's the
nice.
plan.
Focusing on getting more shows right now. We have until November 1st. That's kind of what we're giving ourselves as a deadline to have to play shows for the rest of the year. If something else comes up, yeah, we might play, but we're going to take the time to focus on writing new material and really getting a studio quality recording out for you guys.
That's awesome. And sorry, I keep looking down.
I just like the like he said, like the success part of it. It's just we've put a lot of blood, sweat, and tears in this band, in the songs that we write. It's just like I feel like once people hear them, it gets stuck in their head, and I feel, especially with Letters or Parasite or Fata Morgana. Panic too. I mean, just the stuff we write is it's all different, and I want people to hear it and show that we're good, and I want people to know our songs. That would be really cool.
That would be good.
Yeah, we're kind of just getting started too. We've been together for a couple of years now, but we've spent a lot of that time really honing our sound, because it took a while to find what our sound was. I think that's kind of a problem that a lot of bands don't really ever find. They either kind of repeat the same, copy and paste kind of thing, or they're just so, frenetic, genre-wise, that you don't really
Kind of gets lost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Understand
Absolutely,
who
dude.
they are.
Right.
With us, we kind of honed our sound, and so now it's just kind of a matter of perfecting it, I guess.
Tweaking it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, between all of us, 15 years here.
Years.
We've got years
yeah.
upon years of experience on each one of our ends, just trying to craft this to what we fills our souls, man.
Yeah.
That's
And I really,
That's
like,
good.
the songs that we play, I love playing. There's not an original that we wrote that I've really despised.
Right. Wasn't like a banger to you.
Yeah, it's
so.
like the songs you write are bangers, man. We just get down on them.
Yeah,
Right.
There's been songs that we've written that
They haven't stuck.
it's like, well, we took the time to write the songs, but
Just didn't work out.
since we you kind of play them a little bit, and you're like, well, it really doesn't have anything that catches people. So if we don't really love it, then how do
Who
we
else is
expect
gonna
anyone
lo-
else
yeah.
to? So we've kind of had a lot of songs fall by the wayside, but because of that, we also have a pretty good catalog of songs that we all really enjoy, and we think everyone else is going to enjoy. So those are the ones that we're really trying to, like I say, hone in on and kind of push out to everyone. It was mentioned earlier, we do a few cover songs, but generally, we want to stick with originals.
Right.
And that's kind of our goal, is to get our stuff out there, and let it become familiar to everyone. So hopefully in 5 years we'll we'll be a pretty well known band, not only locally. I mean, Sirius XM.
Hopefully this
it'd be
takes
great.
off, man.
Kind of,
I'm really hoping.
yeah, it's,
It'd be great.
Our shit's
that's
slamming,
kind of
man.
where we're at.
Festival.
I think so, yeah.
It's-
That kind of
that's
leads
what
into
we're
the
hoping
next
for.
question, what you just said. What's something like a venue or a festival that you would like die to?
Ooh,
yeah.
Louder than life.
Louder than life,
Louder than
Kentucky,
life.
man. I
Yeah,
mean,
that,
hands down. That's like.
I was
that's
thinking
the
about
goal.
going this year, but tickets are like, yeah,
That's-
you know what I
talked
mean.
about it.
That's the
I
goal.
wanna see-
you know. Like,
I want to
I
see
wouldn't mind
Slipknot.
playing FTA as well. It's
Yeah.
going on this weekend,
Yeah.
actually. So shout out to those guys as well. Full
Right.
Terror Soul.
Yeah, which we'd actually been in contact with them, which hopefully if everything goes right next year we may have a spot with the full terror assault festival. But that would ideally be, we could play 100 shows at individual venues or whatever with a pretty limited crowd. But whenever you start talking about music festivals,
Right.
and you kind of open yourself up to tens of thousands of people.
Oh yeah,
I mean, ideally, that would be fantastic.
Oh, a whole different ball game.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
We've three. He's got some pretty, we'll say B-level bands that a lot of people are probably familiar with. That he's on a personal basis with, a first name basis with. So we're kind of hoping to use some of that to leverage ourselves, kind of shamelessly. But,
Is there any other
They're
way?
good guys. For real. They're in the heart of it all with us,
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
So I mean, ideally that would be, if 2 years from now, if we're playing music festivals, I mean that would be fantastic.
Yeah,
Hell yeah.
that'd be a dream for sure.
I'd definitely be. I'm rooting for you guys. So,
Thank you.
so
We are too. We are too.
do you guys have like any hobbies outside of the band or anything like that, or?
I think that music kind of takes up a
Yeah,
lot of
that's
our
a lot of
time.
I figured so. I
Yeah.
figured you guys would say something like that.
A lot of us, I mean, we all have kids.
Yes,
We
definitely.
all have significant others, except for Josh.
Yeah, I'm the single one.
He's
All
living
them
a life.
ladies out there.
He's living
Oh,
a
I'm
life.
married. I'm
Yeah.
good.
So it's music has always been that other hobby. I've never really gotten anything else, and yeah, with just having a family now, it's like that's kind of what all my extra time is focused into.
That's
And
good.
even I can't really sit down and play for 2 hours in a row, but like after dinner or
Yeah,
I
get
off
it in
work,
where
When you
Yeah,
get
or
the
whatever,
when you get the free time, basically.
Like,
Band rock.
yeah, man. Like he says, like anything I think about besides my daughter is music. I'm always thinking music. Like
Aw.
I'm always thinking songs. I'm always watching music. I'm always watching tutorials on YouTube. Anything I do involves. I'm very dedicated to my music life. I'm very dedicated. I love it, and if it wasn't for music, I really wouldn't have a hobby. Besides
Right.
being a dad. That's not a hobby, but.
Can you?
It's still pretty cool. Yeah.
You get wrapped up in it.
Yeah,
You
but
get wrapped up in it.
like and my dad, like I've had music in my life because my dad was a drummer as well, a very good drummer in Chicago, and so like it's always my dad's always told me music's very important in your life. Make sure you do it. Once I got into
Pretty
it,
much what
I-
my dad said. Yeah.
I didn't get into music like with a instrument until I was out of the military. And I really, my first 2 drumsticks were 2 sticks out of the woods, and I played on my buddy's drum set, and that was horrible. But I could do, boom, boom, tink, boom, boom, tink.
Right, just getting used to
simple
it.
stuff, and I thought I was rocking, man, and music has brought so much good memories and friendships. I love my band, I love them.
Yeah.
It's brought so many good memories, and it's brought a lot of lessons in my life, like sometimes shit just goes wrong and we know each other so well we correct it instantly, or we have each other's backs no matter what. These guys have my back no matter what, and I love that about
That's
music.
awesome.
It's a brotherhood.
Yeah, I completely agree. Yeah, and it's even though it is a hobby, it's kind
Corey,
of
keep down.
although there's other hobbies, that we each have, I'm sure, that just don't quite stack up to the music. But I think that's more because the music kind of lends itself to success.
Right.
So it's not absurd to focus on that hobby with the expectation of, using it to make your life better, to make you more successful financially, socially, whatever the case may be. So I think for all of us, that's pretty well where the hobby focus is.
Right. That's good though. But did you guys want to leave? We're at the end. So do you want to leave a? Goodness, I can't think. Social media.
Yeah.
drop.
Well, actually,
Sorry about that. I could not.
Leave it to me. Yeah, you can find us. Basically, you can find all of our socials at our website, which is burnredsky.com.
Okay.
So
That
all
sounds
of our
good.
socials are connected to that. But we're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube.
I'll have to add you on Instagram because I had no idea you
Watch
were
our
on.
videos on YouTube. They're awesome. We got a full
Yes.
show on there.
They are
Yes,
amazing.
definitely.
I will definitely vouch for them.
Yeah,
But
we
yeah.
stick by our music.
If you want to sign off for it.
3.
I'm dead.
Scum.
Bam, bam.
Baldy.
All right, we're done. Thank
Later.
you.
Thank you.
Quick little ending note I forgot to mention. If you, like I said, if you want to definitely schedule an interview for free promotion, absolutely drop a email and I will leave it in the description below. And like I said, rock on. Have a nice day.
Woo! Rock on!
You son of a bitch. Love you.
Love you.